Irving Game of the Week is brought to you in part by Gerald Stavely Dry Cleaning.
Tonight we open up the high school basketball season, the 2013-2014 season, with a pretty young team that we're going to face. In fact, both these teams are very young. And I'll tell you, Lance, basically, Conrad, the visiting team, they've got a coach, and he's got only 8 kids on the roster. 6 of them are underclassmen.
Yeah, so he's got his work cut out for him tonight, to say the very least. Let's take a look at that man we're talking about right now, and that is Gerald Booker Jr. He earned his coaching debut as knocking off Garland 66-57, the Lancaster grad, hoping to keep his perfect record on the road tonight against the Nimitz Vikings. What he has is this young man, junior Marcus Wade. He led the way against Garland. As he had 18 points, dished out 8 assists. 5'10" Wade averaged 7 points a game for the Chargers just last year. Head coach of the Nimitz Vikings, again, is Joel Donaldson. He's entering his 3rd year already. He led the Vikings to the playoffs in the first year, and the Vikings fell off a little bit last year. So he's hoping to get things started, and one of the young men he's counting on is senior Randall Wright. He led the way for the Vikings early on with 18 in the season opener against Addison, and he's averaging over 13 points a contest so far. Robert?
Well, the Chargers are looking for their 2nd straight victory on the road. We're going to see if they get it in just a moment. Stay with us. Here comes the tip-off. Good evening, everyone. This is Bob Berry along with Lance Brown, all set to bring you our first high school basketball game for the 2013-2014 season. We're on the campus of Nimitz High School, where the Vikings are going to square off against Conrad High. Now, I've got to be honest with you, I'd never heard of Conrad. Of course, I sometimes live in a bubble. But this is a school located in far north Dallas. They are in the Dallas Independent School District. And you can see on their wall of jackets there, they are the Chargers. They've played 2 games thus far, winning both of them. So basically, doing pretty good, obviously. And the Nimitz Vikings going to be starting here in just a moment. But first of all, talking about starters, let's give you the starters for Conrad: Milicic, Wade, Loud, Stewart, and Duncan. And for the Nimitz Vikings, we'll put up the starters for you. There we have it: Jenkins, Spells, Wright, Scott, and Love. And to bring you all the play-by-play activity, here's Lance.
All right, thank you very much, Bob. And the Vikings tonight going to be without one of the players I know they're going to be counting on this year, and that's Michael Scott, who was an outstanding football player this past year. So Vikings, both as a wide receiver and a linebacker. So he's got a bad back right now, but he could play, but they just decided to hold him out for a little bit because, after all, this is a non-district game, and it's not really all that important in terms of how it goes. One would think that his brother Delonte Scott should win this tip-off, since he's got more than a head on the player, and obviously they don't even try. Dennis Millicent, Marcus Wade was in the center jump circle, so a small squad for the Conrad Chargers as they get it inside. And Jenkins gets the Vikings started with a 2-0 lead. Vikings 1-1 this year. They work the ball around nicely, does Conrad. That was some good teamwork. And that was Milicic coming out with the 2 points, and we're tied. Press right now for the Chargers. Vikings break it easy, going to the baseline, then kicking it back outside.
Oh, easy for Scott.
Delonte Scott gets the 2 points. So the Vikings putting on the full court pressure right now. But Chargers having no real problems with that. Here's Wade. Nice pass inside. Hook shot miss. Follow-up shot no good. And here comes Wesley Spells. They work it around in the corner. The two-point shot will not fall that time for Randall Wright. Wide open three-point shot. Hits! Dennis Milicic with all 5 points for the Chargers as he puts his team in the lead by 1. Vikings doing a good job looking for the open man. There's a three-point shot right back at you.
Cameron Love with the tray.
Chargers working it down. This is Duncan. Outside of Milicic. Milicic drives. Gets his own rebound. And a whistle on a foul, and Milicic's going to shoot 2.
I think that's Wade going to be at the line.
My bad, Marcus Wade. I'm still trying to learn these names as we get cranked up early here. And Wade hits his first point of the night. Officials tonight, Darren Caraway, Ricky Herron Sr., and Braylon Morrison. And Mr. Wade puts them both in. We are tied at 7. Cameron Love brings it across the timeline where he's met by Wade. Spells and a whistle on the first foul against Conrad. Foul on 1-3, that's Duncan, his first. Turnaround shot, no good, but going to the line to shoot a pair will be Wright. Follows on Milicic, his first. It's the first.
Edward Hardiman comes in for the Chargers.
And he hits them both, so everybody perfect at the free throw line so far. As the Chargers have the basketball, trailing by 2. This is Wade. Setting things up. The Vikings in a man defense. Stewart. Duncan. This is Wade. Picked up by Jenkins. Driving. Getting the 2 and a chance of a bonus 3-point play. This is Edward Hardiman. Watch it again here, Robert.
Yeah, really banked it off the glass. Had good body control as he drove in.
And he kissed that off the glass quite nicely. Wright gets the foul. First miss at the line tonight. We're tied at 9. They go inside. And hitting the 2-point shot is Randall Wright. Randall with 4 points. There's Love working his way in the lane, but he took too many steps to get there. Vikings have the basketball and a 2-point lead as we're almost midway through the first quarter. Cameron Love goes cross to Jenkins. Cross again. Back outside to Love.
Nice play.
Love goes in the lane. It won't fall. And a rebound is hauled down by Hardiman. Wade, they worked that ball around nice, but it just would not fall for Loud. Hardiman Gets it inside, won't fall, tip up, no good. And a rebound taken down by the Vikings.
Boy, the Chargers had their opportunities that time. Just couldn't make the connection.
Nice move there. Three-point shot. It's good for Randall Wright. Randall now with 7 points. And the Vikings leading by 5. Hardiman. This is off Loud. Wade. Chargers being very patient right now. And there's no shot clock in high school basketball. Three-point shot. Bada boom, bada bing. David Stewart hits the tray. Makes it a 14-12 ball game in favor of the Vikings. There's Jenkins. Right. Shot is partially blocked. And here comes the fast break. Duncan dishes off inside the Loud.
No good, charging foul. Look at it right here. And you can see, was he charging? Oh, yeah.
So give Loud the foul, his first one.
I think he's crying, crying out loud.
Crying out loud, yes. Shot way off that time by Wright. That'll be Conrad basketball. Conrad, a school not far from North Park Plaza. Bounce pass inside, off the glass, will not fall for Wright. And here come the Chargers. Duncan dishes off Wade. Wade goes inside, throws up a prayer. It won't fall. Love brings it down. And this is Jenkins. Driving the baseline and thinking better. The Spells. Three-point shot from the parking lot. Yeah, Randall Wright with the second tray of the ball game. And Randall now with 10 points here in the early going. 1:40 left. There's a three back at you. It's not even close. And it'll be Viking basketball. And we'll have a bunch of changes coming in. Milicic coming back in. Terry Smith in for the Vikings for the first time, along with the Quentin Thomas. Backcourt pressure and a backcourt foul. I believe will be called on Loud. It's Loud's second foul. Bringing it across the timeline is Jenkins. Dishes off. It's Thomas. The running one-hander will not fall that time. And here comes the rebound, and back the other way come the Chargers. Duncan go around the horn. They give it to their main man, Marcus Wade. There's Wade again. Three-point shot. This one's no good. Charger with a rebound, puts it up, no good. But going to the line will be Karsiah Duncan.
Jenkins going to pick up that foul. He was really grabbing him. Watch Jenkins right here. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, okay.
So Duncan will shoot a pair. the first. That's a shooting foul, so he shoots 2. Gerald Booker trying to direct his players where he wants them defensively now. Drop them all back. Supreme confidence. Whose player would hit that? Duncanville 1 out of 2 from the line there. Vikings in the backcourt with 23 seconds left. Tripping foul is going to be called here, and going to the line will be Cameron Love perhaps, or will they? Yep, Love will go to the line and shoot a pair.
Hardiman picked up the personal. You watch the replay right here. Came over the back.
First foul, and that's Love getting his 4th point. Love hits the second. He now has 5 points here tonight. And the Vikings up by 6. As Wade walks it down here in the final few seconds. We're at 10. 5. They got to shoot. Oh, how about that? At the buzzer, Duncan hits the tray. And the Vikings lead by 3 points. Watch this again here, Robert.
Boy, he just really hits it, didn't he? Down. In it goes. Couldn't have timed it more perfectly. Actually, I think he kind of really threw it up in a desperation shot.
He did that. So
But,
at the end of one,
counted.
the Vikings leading by 3, 19-16. We'll be back right after this. Ready to start the second quarter of action here at Nimitz High. Vikings leading by 3. And this is the Conrad Chargers with the basketball. Those blue uniforms with the white and gold trim. Uh-oh. That gets knocked out. Whose ball is it?
White.
Vikings ball. Looks like the Vikings, Bob, tonight are going to go without both Scott brothers. I have not. Delonte was scheduled to start, but I really haven't seen him.
Oh, he's been in.
He has been?
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
started, but he didn't
yeah.
play long. He's been bothered with a foot injury since football. His brother with a back injury. They want to keep him healthy right now and just get him ready for district schedule in a couple weeks. Jenkins on the dribble. Loses the basketball, draws the foul. The foul is on Wade, and Jenkins will go to the line. Sophomore point guard here. Coach Donaldson telling me before the ball game that he's a very quiet young man, and he's a gym rat, and they're trying to get him more time out of him to become more. I'm going to say assertive, I guess is the proper word. Makes them both, so he can go out there and boss your upperclassmen around on the floor. If you can do it, that's all that counts. Wide open. Shot will not. Oh, tip up. No good by Hardiman. Tip up again. No good. Tip up. Third shot. Fourth shot. No good. And the ball is stripped away. And we'll have a tie-up. Alternating possessions is going to belong to the Vikings.
Delonte Scott coming back in right now.
Okay, there he is.
Along with Randall Wright. One of the things when you play football and then you go over to basketball, you might think that you're in good condition for football, and you are, but it's totally different in basketball.
Right.
Constantly running up and down. The aerobic pressure on those lungs is really something.
Cross-court pass. Not able to save, and we'll have a turnover. Yeah, as Bob mentioned, you're constantly running up and down the court as opposed to football where you go hard for 6 seconds, 6, 7 seconds, and then you take a rest for 20.
Exactly. Yeah.
Although with today's speed-up offenses, you don't have that much time. 3-point shot by Wade. Marcus Wade gets things started for the Chargers here in the second quarter. They trail by 2. 6:20 remaining here. Cameron Love had the great first quarter with 10 points.
Conrad really plays great defense. They are all over the Nimitz Vikings.
But wide open for the tray that time is Cameron Love. That's his second tray of the night. Actually, it was Wright who had the 10 points in the first quarter. Love had 5. Now he has 8. Vikings lead by 5. This is Duncan. Chargers not moving a great deal right now. Wade gives off Milicic. Dennis drives. Ball goes out. Will belong to the Chargers. I like the hair on that young man.
He's got quite a bit, that's for sure.
Does, yeah. Wade way outside. Bounce pass inside Hardiman, up and down. That's going to be a turnover. Unless they say he was fouled. We've got a tie-up. Okay. So alternating possessions will belong to the Vikings. Should be. That's where the arrow goes, but apparently not. Conrad. Ball is tipped away. Vikings go down. Shot no good by Thomas. Put up by Scott. And goes out of bounds. And will still belong to Nimitz. Jared Jenkins coming back in. And he will give Love a little breather. Vikings inbound. They work it inside Scott. Delonte with a turnaround way off target. Scott gets the tip ball. Works it down. Wide open shot by Thomas. No good. Conrad fighting themselves for the basketball. Pass underneath. It's tipped out. Will still belong to the Chargers. Duncan not able to get it cleanly and get the shot off like he wanted. 4:42 left. Vikings lead by 5. Nice working in the lane that time for that shot by Duncan. Josiah now with 6 points this evening. Cuts a lead to 3. Jenkins. Scott. Vikings working it around the horn. Into the lane. Shot again way off that time by Wright. We have whistle blow and ball was knocked out. Will still belong to the Vikings with 4:12 remaining here in the second quarter. And we have a timeout here on the floor. A lot of action so far, Bob.
A lot of running up and down, yeah. I'm very impressed with the Chargers defense. Boy, they are all over the Nimitz Vikings when the Vikings come in forecourt. These kids really play tough D. And that's tough to teach. Everyone, I think, generally speaking, in basketball wants the ball and wants to shoot. So it's not that difficult teaching kids, offense. You got to teach them different plays, obviously. But on defense, that's where you really separate the real players from your just nickel and dime guys that come out and give it their all.
You talk about some of the great players, and you look at the great stats, say, of Michael Jordan, who was always absolutely an incredible offensive player, but he was also an incredible defensive player
yes,
as well.
Yes, he was, yeah.
I mean, he was generally rated as one of the top 2 or 3 players every year in the league. And it's just a matter of desire mostly. Last year these two teams met, Nimitz winning it fairly handily, 11 points. Had the big third quarter in the second half there. Coach Donaldson, who had an Achilles tear a few months ago.
Oh,
he's been
really?
rehabbing from that. Yeah,
wow.
He says he's doing good now.
Well, that shows you the way medicine has advanced. Used to be, you have something like that, you were lucky if you'd ever walk again.
Scott dishes it outside. 3-point shot is good that time.
Wesley Spells.
Wesley Spells with his first points of the night. That should have counted as 4, so deep. Scott goes up, but the ball is tipped. Nimitz controls. Thomas comes away with the ball, and they give it off to Jenkins. Dishes in the side there to Spells. Spells looking for some room. Gives off to Wright.
Pretty play.
Dishes off nicely, and it is DeQuinton Thomas with his first 2 points of the night.
Actually, I think that was Terry Smith got the basket.
It's 21, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's Smith.
Okay, I got him listed as Thomas. They changed those numbers around on us. The layup, no good. I got Smith listed as 22.
Let's see.
Back the other way. A lot of elbows flying. Thus far, nothing. Hardiman with a drive and lays it up and in. Edward Hardiman with the 2 points. And we're going to have a whistle and a timeout. Donaldson and okay, now what are we looking at? Thomas? Well, see, not look on mine here, Bob. It says 21 here.
Okay. Well, I wonder which one.
Both Bob and I are both looking at the same roster. And one has Thomas with 21 and Smith with 22, and his is the opposite. Okay, Thomas is 22. Okay. All right, my roster is different then.
Yes, sir.
All right, sorry about that, Mr. Smith. Let me erase those 2 points there. And see what happens early in the season for us. We're getting all our bearings going. We've been used to football for the last 4 months. Vikings with the basketball, and they have the 6-point lead. They force a pass inside. They have a turnover. Hardiman with a pass off the way, drives, puts it up. No shot is not going to count. The foul is going to be on Jenkins. That's number 2 on him. They're not in the bonus yet. Well, that was a 6th foul. Hardiman will work it around in the corner. The 3-point shot is no good by Duncan. And another whistle, another foul.
This is going to be the Conrad 17 foul, so we're now talking 1-1. And favoring that foot as he walks to the foul line is Mr. Scott.
Yeah.
That's a good shot at Delonte right there.
He did a wonderful job at linebacker for Nimitz this past year on the football field, but misses that free throw. Ball is knocked out. Will still be Charger basketball. 2:17 left here in the second quarter. Here comes Millisek back into the ball game, and Hardiman will get a break. Millisek and Wade playing catch in the backcourt. As they count down those 10 seconds, they get it across in time. Stewart in the corner. This is Wade. Wade with a nice left-right move. Does not fall, however, and here we come back the other way. This is Smith. As he dishes off to Love. They lob in Scott. Scott on the baseline. Yes. Galante now with 4 points. And the Vikings up, and they get the steal, but he turned it over. Love got the steal, but he fell down and was moving. And even when you're on your behind, you got to dribble to keep going if you're going to move. Pass to Duncan with 1:15 remaining here, second quarter. 3-point shot, short. Scott with a rebound. There's the fast break. You got it 3-on-2.
He took steps.
Just little ones, though.
When you're 6'5", there's no such thing as little steps.
Tiny little steps. Itty bitty steps. So the official, Ricky Herron, directing where he wants Millicek to go. Now Millicek inbounds. The ball is tipped away by Wright. Will still be Conrad basketball. Only they'll be in the forecourt this time. Millicek will trigger it in. Now here comes DeQuinton Thomas into the ball game. They work things around. Wade, he took like a couple extra steps, but he gets the 2 points anyway. 5 points in a quarter. He cuts the lead to 6. 44 seconds remaining.
Wow.
Love going to go to the line and shoot a pair, and not happy about that call was Duncan, because Duncan gets the foul. Man, these kids are quick, aren't they?
Oh, gosh. Incredible how fast they've come over the years.
The game I played, you know, as a teenager was quite a bit different from this, and I know it's even probably more so for Bob.
Oh, definitely, yeah. We played what was called possession basketball, work for a good shot. These guys would have run us right out of the court.
And you had a lot of those 20-19 ball games?
40 or 50 point games, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, really, yeah.
But the athleticism of today's athlete is
Incredible, yeah.
far beyond those of what was played even 30 years ago, for that matter. Ball tipped out.
Nimitz playing some good defense, too.
Eight seconds left. They'll need him now. Wade brings the ball way out. They pass in. It goes out, and the Vikings will have 1.2 seconds. So they need a long pass down. Try to get something. This isn't going to do it. Probably closer than it had any right to be there, as the wild shot was tossed up at the last second that time by Spears. And at the turn, it's the Vikings leading by a score of 33-25. We'll be back for the second half right after this.
(33-25) our score at halftime. Let's show you some of the highlights. We had some real razzle-dazzle basketball here. Some incredible shooting from the floor. As an example, Milicic right there for a tray, opening up the game. His teammate comes back, and Stewart hits, not to be outdone, at the buzzer at the end of the quarter. Bam! It's Duncan just beating the buzzer. Turn shot that time up and in for Nimitz. Here's Wright putting in a three-pointer. Wright to win it again. He's Mr. Right. And another three-pointer, this time by Wesley Spells. I got some dead-eye dicks out there hitting those trays. And scoring in the first half, pretty even right there for the Chargers. 7-6-5-4-3. I like that progression. And turning the turn over and taking a look at Nimitz. Both Wright and Love in double figures. Jenkins and Scott both with 4, then Spells and Smith. And we are just about ready right now for the second half. Joe Donaldson talking to his players right now. Donaldson. These two coaches know each other pretty well. Coach Donaldson, who's been at several different schools, coached the head coach for Conrad when they were both in Lancaster. Donaldson, the coach, and the player for him, and now his opposing coach, Coach Booker.
Yep, Gerald Booker.
Donaldson's been around a long time.
He has, but he's still a young guy.
Yeah.
Everybody's young to me now these days.
Funny how that happens.
Yeah.
The older you get, the younger people are.
Yeah, that's how it happens. Scott is foul. Oh, he pushed off, I guess. Yeah, I don't see any fouls being flashed, so maybe he stepped out or something. Working it around the horn as Wade dishes off. They bring it outside. This is Hardiman. Hardiman had 4 in the first quarter. 3-point shot. A line drive shot that time by Wade is off target.
Foul against Wright.
For Randall, that's number 2. I don't know what he was, whether that was a pass or a shot, but I guess we'll have to count it as a shot. Loud goes down to Wade. Wade. Nice dish off by Wade. The shot fall. Hey, nice tip up. Good job of working the boards that time for Duncan. Duncan now with 8 points. Cuts the lead to 6. Vikings working it in, but unfortunately Scott can't handle it. But the ball was tipped and it will still belong to the Vikings. 7:06 here, third quarter of action. Lance Brown and Bob Berry, glad to have you along here from Nimitz High. And we have a whistle and a push off, and Mr. Wade did not care for the call. Imagine that. Second foul for Marcus. They break it out. 3-point shot. Yes, nothing but the bottom of the net that time for Spears. The Spells, excuse me. Wesley now with 6. As Wade works his way through the crowd nicely. Kid's got some good ball handling skills. Whistle before the shot. It's not going to count. No basket. Foul is on Scott, his second. Boy, that kid can move, isn't he? Here's Wade this time for 3. That had some pretty arc on that one. So I guess that first one was a pass, Bob, because that was a nice arc on that. Yeah. Nothing but the bottom of the net. 6-point lead for the Vikings here, 6:25 remaining. Bounce pass inside, 2-point shot. Good for Randall Wright. He now has a dozen, leading the Vikings. Wright had his first 10 points all in the first quarter, none in the second. Hardiman for 3. No, back of the iron. Wade with a rebound. Marcus drives, puts it in, and that will count. Scott will have a foul. Salafi's third foul, so they'll probably pull him. And Wade will go to the line with a chance at a 3-point play here. Boy, this was Look at that body control.
Yes, exactly.
Goodness gracious. There's Marcus. Puts his 13th point, and he cuts the lead to 5. So the Chargers chipping away here. On the baseline, the whistle, no shot.
Wade picking up a personal foul.
And Wade's going to head to the bench here now with his 3rd foul. Milicic replaces him. Scott thinks about it, thinks twice. Instead, dishes it outside. And that shot was just awful by Love. Back the other way. Duncan dishes to Hardiman. Hardiman kicks it around. Gets it back to Hardiman. The late footer, no good. Rebound yanked down by Wright. To Love. Jenkins, no good. Goes inside. Whistle tie up. The Charger basketball. Only alternating possessions. Damon Wade into the ball game for the Chargers. Hardiman holding it out. Damon Wade dishes inside, and we're going to have a whistle. And the foul is White 5. That is Randall Wright. That's number 3 on him. And so he's going to take a spot on the bench and replaced by Terry Smith. Going inside Hardiman. And he will go to the line and shoot a pair. Try to get his team within 3 points. Conrad, these guys like to drive.
Yes, they do.
Put the pressure on you. Hardiman 0 for 1 at the line. Oh, good Lord. That wasn't pretty. He's 0 for 2 at the line. And he hits the second. Makes it a 4-point ball game. And the Vikings bring it up. Jenkins. Bad pass inside. Here come the Chargers on the fast break. This is Wade. They lose it. But Wade gets it back. Dishes off to Duncan. 3-point shot, no good. Tip up and in by David Stewart. And he'll have a chance at a 3-point play. A chance to make it a 1-point ball game. Spell's second foul. Not great free throw shooting here. Stewart misses a second. 2-point ball game, 4:13 remaining for the third quarter. This is Smith. 3-point shot will not fall that time. A whistle and a foul.
Edward Hernandez coming in for the first time tonight for the Vikings.
Edward getting a little PT here. Midway through the third quarter. Hardiman and Damian Wade. Hardiman with a nice move to the left hand. Drives the lane, won't fall. There you got the fast break going. Right on the other. Oh, missed the shot, wide open. And Wright is not happy with himself, and you can understand why. Not a great shot that time by Jenkins.
Got a foul against Conrad this time.
Foul was on Stewart. It's his first. So they'll tip it in, and Conrad steals. Nice move. Here comes Loud. Misses the shot. Follow up. Knocked out. Will belong to the Vikings. 3:16 left, third quarter.
Vikings have not had a point in quite some time now.
They have been cold in this quarter, only 5 points. Foul on 15 blue. That's Hardiman. That's number 3 on Hardiman. Remember, they're not a very deep team either.
No, they just got 8 kids on the roster tonight.
Jenkins. Nice move by Jared Jenkins. He now has 6 points. Increases the lead to 4. Milicic gives off Duncan. Here's the drive. 3-point shot is good for John Loud. His first points of the night. Makes it a 1-point ball game with 2:30 remaining here in the third quarter. Love with the basketball. And a whistle away from the ball. And a foul is going to be on Smith. It's Terry's second foul of the evening. Loud in the corner. Puts Conrad in the lead. What a comeback by the Chargers, who have taken a 2-point lead. Remember, they trail by 8 at the turn. So Conrad has really come back nicely here, and the Vikings have been just ice cold. You can see there another example of things that's not working right, and the Vikings not particularly playing well there. Love to trigger it in. To Wright. And Wright's going to get hit with a charge.
That's his 4th foul.
So Wright's going to have to go to the bench.
Whoa, bad call.
Boy, this is a difficult game to officiate, though. Yeah, I'm glad I don't have to do it. I'm sure all the coaches and players are happy with that, too. Conrad now with a 2-point lead, almost turned the ball over. Milicic comes down with it. Nice pass to Wade. And Damon Wade with his first 2 points increases the Conrad lead to 4.
I'm surprised Coach Donaldson hasn't called the timeout.
I am too, very much, Bob. I mean, his team is not playing well. I think they want to, with a whistle and a drive. Loud gets the foul. That's number 3 on John. Each team with 14 fouls here.
No.
No, wait. Was it 5 and 8? Vikings trying to set something up. Jenkins, he spread it out with 45 seconds left. 3-point shot from the parking lot. Love with a tray. He's 13 points now. Cuts the lead to 1 point. Wade with the basketball, pulls it back out with 22 seconds left. Conrad looking like they're wanting to play for the final shot. Wade with 8 seconds. 4 seconds. Milicic from the corner. Off target. Follow-up shot. No good. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how to look as we head to the fourth quarter of action with your score. The Chargers of Conrad leading the Vikings 44-43. We'll be back for quarter number 4 in just a moment. So the Vikings get outscored 19-10 in that third quarter. Remember, they led by 8 at the turn, so obviously they trail by 1 now.
This is the first time in the 2 years that these teams have faced each other that the Vikings were outscored in a quarter. In the past, one time they both scored 5 points in a quarter. All the other quarters, the Vikings had outscored Conrad until this last one.
Vikings with the basketball. They dish it out. This is Love. Gives it off to Smith. Being very patient by the Vikings right now. Smith pulls back. In the corner. Here's the drive. And a foul is going to be called on Damon Wade, his first. And going to the line to shoot a pair will be Wesley Spells. Spells hits the first. He has 7 as he ties the ball game up. And we'll have one more. Puts the Vikings back in front. As Wesley hits them both. Vikings up by 1, 7-12 remaining in the ball game. Wade, nice little hesitation move that time as he turned and went back the other way. Damon now with 4 points puts his team back up by 1. A circle move there by Jenkins. Jenkins drives and draws the foul, and let's see who's going to get hit with it. This will be Duncan. That's number 3 on him. Well, they give it on Wade. James. Number 2. So Jenkins will shoot a pair. Gets the shooter's roll. We're tied at 46.
Jenkins is the lone sophomore on the team for the Vikings.
Yeah, Coach Tomlinson talking about what a gym rat this kid is. I mean, this is really one of the hardest workers out on the team for the Vikings. Vikings up by 1 now after Jenkins hits both. He has 8 points. And a turnover. Traveling music there for Mr. Duncan. So the Vikings with the lead and the ball here with 6:23 remaining in regulation. Here's the movement. The two-point shot. Yes. Jenkins taking over here. He now has 10 points. And the Vikings in front by 3. Loud. Velisic. Wade. Marcus Wade getting set to check back in. Damon is red hot, though. Don't know if you want to pull him out of the ball game. He has 6 points, and it's a 1-point ball game here with 5:32 left. And Bob, I think now is a good time to talk about those folks who bring you the ball game of the week each week on ICTM.
No sooner said than done. Gerald Stavely Dry Cleaning, charter sponsor of the Irving Game of the Week. That designation means that the Stavely people have been with us since the inception of these broadcasts. That goes back to September of 1983.
Yo, that's
yeah,
a long time.
Long time ago.
Yo.
And as always, we thank you, Gerald Stavely Dry Cleaning, and for their participation, their loyalty, and their determination to stick it out. Thank you very much. There's a good shot of Coach Donaldson.
My goodness, 30 years.
31.
Yeah.
Well, 31, yeah.
Brian
Football
Rogers,
coach.
new football coach here at Nimitz. He is also the athletic coordinator, as are all the football coaches. Shot up, no good. Tip. Conrad with a basketball and a chance to take the lead here with 5:15 remaining. Hardiman inside puts his team in the lead. Edward Hardiman now with 7 points here tonight. 1 point lead, and the ball thrown out. It will belong to Conrad. Vikings playing fast and loose with a basketball in their own backcourt. They trail by 1. And the Chargers with a basketball. Here's Marcus Wade back in the ballgame. Marcus pulls it back as he's picked up by Spells. Fights through the pick. And the Vikings get the basketball. Back the other way we come. Jenkins drives, it won't fall. Rebound, Conrad. Here comes the fast break the other way. Hardiman, nice dish off to Loud. Loud with 8, Hardiman with the assist. And it's a 3-point lead for Conrad. Spells gets it into the corner. Back out. This is Smith. Spells drives, it's off. Rebound, Conrad. Here comes Marcus Wade. Loud with a basketball. Hardiman goes between legs. Now gives back out to Marcus. This is Damon Wade, who's had a hot hand here as of late. Wade drives, kicks outside. Marcus to the Wade's playing catch there. And they turn it over. 3-second violation. Yeah, that's what happens when you're stationed underneath there for a little too long. Delonte Scott back into the ball game.
This is Randall Wright.
Yep. Wright's back in because he had 4 fouls. Now they need some points. Here's Jenkins, double teamed in the backcourt. Gets it out nicely. Spells off to Scott, gets the 2 and a chance at a 3 and to tie the ball game. The foul is on Marcus Wade, number 4 on him, so One more, and he's a spectator. And he hits it, and we're tied. 7 points now for Delonte. Vikings good getting back defensively this time. Hardiman thinks about a three. That's a shot that does not fall for Conrad. Vikings with a basketball tie ball game. 3 minutes remaining in regulation. 3-point shot will not fall that time. And another turnover. Tied at 52.
This is the 9th team foul.
And that's it.
You can see he's very disappointed.
Right didn't last long, did he?
No.
Here's Marcus Wade at the line. He has 13 points tonight. Wants to put his team in the lead, and he does so. It's the first of a 1-and-1.
One more foul by the Vikings, and Conrad will be in the double bonus.
Booker moving his players around defensively while Wade shoots second and puts his team up by 2 points. (54-52). Vikings with the basketball. Here comes Jenkins, picked up by Millicent at half court. Spells. Kicks it down in the corner. Shot way off that time. That was closer than I thought, but Thomas with a miss there, and it will be Conrad basketball with 2:34 left. Duncan directing traffic, wants some help. Gets it to Hardiman, and Hardiman gives off to Wade. Marcus to Hardiman. Bad pass inside to Wade. Tried to force that one. Here comes Thomas. Thomas with a running left-hander. Yes! To Quentin Thomas with his first 2 points, and boy, it comes at a big time. We're tied at 54. 2 minutes left. Marcus Wade to Hardiman. Hardiman, a bad pass goes out, will belong to the Vikings. Milicek's going to come back into the ballgame. And who will he replace? Marcus Wade. Coach Booker not happy with the pass. I think mostly, though, he just wants to have him avoid getting a foul on defensive end and getting fouling out of this ballgame.
Exactly. Wade with 4 personal fouls.
Jenkins with a left-hand dribble, switches to the right, goes up against Milicek, goes to the baseline, puts it up, draws the foul, and Milicek draws the foul, and that's the reason he did that.
This is now the 9th team foul against Conrad, so both teams have committed 9 fouls in this half. Remember, you commit 10 fouls, and that puts your opponent up for 2 shots.
Vikings go back in the lead. Jenkins hits the first. Boy, the sophomore hitting these big shots here in the fourth quarter, Bob.
Yeah, he's had 5 opportunities from the foul line. He's made them all.
Yeah, he's 6 for 6. That's putting the Lecce on the torture. 56-54, a minute and a half left. And now, Gerald Booker wants a timeout as he wants to talk to his young players. With 1:27 left. This will be a 30-second timeout. Coming up next week, Bob, the Marauders, Marcus, be over at the Irving. That's going to be a 2 o'clock tip-off time, by the way, as we get into the holiday season. And in 2 weeks, we will have soccer as the Highland Trailblazers will play the Cistercian Hawks. And we'll go over to Cistercian High to do that soccer game. Wow, this has been an entertaining ball game. Good way to start off our basketball coverage.
Definitely, yeah.
A lot of ebbs and flows with this game as the Vikings moved out to a comfortable lead, at least I guess they thought, with an 8-point lead at the halftime. But then in the third quarter, Conrad got hot and Nimitz did not. And they outscored him 19-10. And now here in the fourth quarter, it has been a game just going back and forth. Vikings up by 2. It'll be Charger basketball. Wade will trigger it in. Wade to Wade. Damon to Marcus. Marcus with the basketball right now. Looks things over. Goes to the left hand. Little hesitation move. Stops with a running left-hander. Lays it up and in. And now he has a chance at a 3-point play. We're tied at 56. Wow, what a move here by Marcus.
Put it up left-handed and got it to drop.
So Marcus looking to put his team in the lead with 1:17 remaining in regulation. And he does it. 57-56. Marcus, what am I talking about? Yeah, Marcus puts his team in the lead. But I'm thinking of Flower Mound, Marcus. It's too much for this old brain to have. Vikings with the basketball, trailing by 1. Spells. Gives Jenkins. With some nice moves, drives, no good. Rebound, Hardiman with 53 seconds left. And now a timeout is taken by Conrad. 50 seconds remaining in regulation. And the Chargers with a 1-point lead. They have the basketball. And so now Coach Donaldson has to decide what he wants to do defensively and when and where he just wants to maybe commit a foul and who he wants to foul.
Well, when they do commit the foul, if indeed they do, basically it's going to be a 2-point deal because that will be the 11th team foul.
Correct.
So Conrad is now in the double bonus.
Both teams in the double bonus right now?
No, just
no, because the next
just
foul
Conrad
would give the Vikings the 10th team foul, right?
if they commit the foul, yeah. But right now, only one team is in the double bonus.
Right.
Yeah. Been a very entertaining game. This is one of these games where you say, great team, great victory to win, tough game to lose, because they both played so well.
Yeah, they have.
And you got to this Conrad team, you got to give them a lot of credit. They only have 8 kids dressed up. Wow.
And Coach Booker's doing a good job of getting the right combination of the players in when he needs them. Marcus Wade on the dribble. Wants to pull it back out. And a whistle. And who?
Well, that's the 10th team foul now against Conrad.
Right now, Coach Booker is talking with Ricky Herron, the official there. I think Marcus Wade got hit with that foul because he looked like he reached in and pulled the jersey of the defender he was with. I saw it, but Now watch him grab there. You see him grabbing his britches there. Yeah, he did that to kind of hold himself so he doesn't go out of bounds. And that, if so, that's number 5 on him. And that is it. Marcus Wade is adios for the night. He finishes with 18 points. It'll be Viking basketball with 37.5 seconds remaining. Delonte Scott, Cameron Love out there on the floor. Spells in the backcourt right now. And here is Jared Jenkins. 30 seconds left. Jenkins on the drive, off the glass. It won't fall. Rebound Conrad. They're going to have to foul him with 16 seconds left. They get it down court. Here's Love. Ball is batted away. And that was a total wrong move. He had the lead. All he had to do was pull it back. Instead, he went for the bucket. John Loud did not need the points.
Great defensive play by Spells.
Look at Spells go up there.
Yeah.
Inbound the basketball. 8 seconds left. Stolen away with 3 seconds left. At the buzzer. In and out. Almost a miraculous shot for Cameron Love, but it's going to wind up Conrad the winners tonight by a score of 57-56. You talk about exciting games. This was it, Robert.
Tremendous ball game. Couldn't get close. Watch this last thing. Love pushing it up. Came close, but no cigar. It's the back of the rim and comes out.
57-56 is the final. We'll be back right after this. Exciting game. Let's watch the play of the game, as we've determined here, as the Vikings made a run of it all night long. Here's a great play as Jenkins works it around. Here's Scott off the glass. And you can watch again, just great movement there by Delonte Scott, but wasn't enough. The Vikings lose it by 1 point. Let's go down now to the floor where Bob Berry has head coach Joel Donaldson. Bob?
Coach Donaldson, a 1 point loss. Got to be a heartbreaker.
Yeah, second 1 point loss in a row. It's tough. Our team, we have a pretty young team, but we're learning. We're doing some things that I like to see us do, but we just couldn't finish down the stretch. We missed some easy ones down the stretch, and from some kids that I'm kind of used to making some plays. But I think we'll be okay as we go. One thing, obviously, this is the first time I've seen your team play this year. You got a lot of speed with these kids. Yeah, they work pretty hard. We run a lot in practice, try to keep these kids in good shape, good condition. But we got to be a lot more disciplined on defense. We're not getting our traps like we need to. And then the second rotations are not quite there like I needed to be. But they're playing hard, and that's, kind of all we ask for right now. We just got to play a little bit smarter. No, I realize you've got the two Scott boys. One of them was out because of his back, and the other one has some foot problems. As far as the Michael is concerned, talk about his back. What is the situation? I think it's simply some back spasms. He got hurt during football season, the Grapevine game, about 3 games before the last game. So Michael will be fine. We just kind of wanted to hold him out for precautions. Didn't want to, strain it anymore. We had a couple of other kids with some injuries that really couldn't go like we wanted them to, but that's no excuse. Those guys on that other team did really well. Conrad played really well. I'm proud of those kids. They did. Thank you very much, Coach. Yes, sir. Thank you. Appreciate it. Coach Donaldson, and now let's go back with Lance Brown.
All right, so, a hard loss, but again, it's a non-district game and a non-district loss, so it's not a real big deal for the Nimitz Vikings losing this. They just got to get everybody healthy, and we'll see how that comes along as the season goes on. Let's take a look at some of the highlights in the second half of this ball game. The Vikings, this going back and forth here. Jenkins with a nice play, but there's another three-point shot that falls home. But Conrad comes back. They make the plays when they have to at the end of the ball game. That was loud. And then the left-hander, Marcus Wade, really had a gem of a ball game tonight for the Chargers. He leads them in scoring. 18 points tonight for Marcus. Duncan and Loud each with 8, and Hardiman with 7. For the Nimitz Vikings, their scoring parade is led by Cameron Love with 13. Jenkins and Wright each with a dozen. Wesley Spells with 8, and Delonte Scott has 7 points. So it was a very entertaining ball game for us to watch. Hope you enjoyed it as well. For my broadcast partner, Bob Barry, and our entire crew, led by our producer and director, Scott Snyder, my name's Lance Brown. Thank you so much for watching, and good night from Nimitz High School.
Irving Game of the Week has been brought to you in part by Gerald Stavely Dry Cleaning,